What does it mean to be dependable? It means you do what you say you'll do time and time again. That's why the cattlemen of this great nation trust Ritchie to provide fresh water on demand. Ritchie, proud to be a partner to the American cattlemen since 1921.
Hello, I'm Troy Bockelmann with the CattleFax Closing Bell, brought to you by Ritchie Watering Systems. On average, over the last 5 years, 32% of all U.S. beef imports have come from Australia. Australia is also a main competitor of the U.S. when it comes to the global marketplace. Japan and South Korea are two of the main U.S. export markets that Australia also competes in. These two markets combined account for around 35% of the beef exported from the U.S. and 40% of Australian beef exports over the last 5 years. Australia holds around an 11% tariff advantage in Japan due to a trade agreement between the two countries. Even with the advantage that Australia holds, the U.S. has been able to remain competitive in these markets with lower U.S. prices as compared to the Aussie prices. Australia has recently come out of a drought and has started to rebuild their beef cow herd. In 2016, Aussie cattle slaughter and beef production were down 20% and 23% respectively when compared to 2015. With the decreased availability of Australian beef, exports were down 21% or nearly 600 million pounds in 2016 versus 2015. 65% of the decline of Australian exports was decreased beef exports to the U.S. The limited supply in Australia, as well as the increased non-flood slaughter in the U.S., has decreased the demand for U.S. beef imports. Beef import demand has remained solid in South Korea. Beef exports from Australia to South Korea were up 8% or 29 million pounds in 2016, while U.S. beef exports to South Korea through November were up 38% or 110 million pounds. Australia beef exports to Japan slowed in 2016, down 7% or 46 million pounds. The U.S. was able to capture market share in Japan in 2016. From January to November, beef exports from the U.S. were up 19.95% or 98 million pounds, more than offsetting the decline in Aussie exports. As Australia continues the herd rebuilding process in 2017, their beef exports and production are expected to decline 5% and 3% respectively. Moving forward, the decreased exports and production in Australia, as well as the increased beef production in the U.S., will allow the U.S. to remain competitive in 2017. Thanks for watching, and remember to visit CattleFax.com to become a member and receive the latest market news and analysis.
The beef business has never been for the faint of heart. The pressures are real, the risks are high, but the opportunities have never been greater. So how do you sort through it all to decide which way to go? For more than 40 years, CattleFax has led the way. Become a member at www.cattlefax.com. We're the time-proven leader in research, analysis, and information, equipped with the industry's most powerful database. Our team is impartial, objective, our vision is global, and our focus is you. CattleFax, the deciding factor.